Hello and welcome to the Forms and Surveys tutorial, where I'm going to show you exactly what forms and surveys can do for your business. Now, everyone watching knows exactly what a form and survey is. However, you probably don't realize how important they are. A well-rounded form or survey can not only qualify a lead, but it can also collect certain information about that lead that you can then use for marketing purposes or even sales purposes. And with our software, you can make any type of form you could possibly imagine. Whatever information you could possibly want to collect from your customers, we can create it for you right inside the form and surveys section. And then we can put it on your website and even set up automatic responses using AI later on. So let's get right into the tutorial. In order to create a form or survey, you need to go over to the Sites section on the far left. Then you'll come over to the way top and near the middle, you'll see Forms and Surveys. We're going to start with Forms. When you hover over it, you're going to see the Builder, Analyze, and Submissions. For this tutorial, we're going to go over to the Builder section. Now, there are two different ways to create a form. We can either start from scratch, or we can use one of our templates. I'm going to choose Templates and hit Continue. Let's check out the templates and look at all these beautiful templates that we have to offer. The list goes on and on, so if you want a form to really pop out on the page, then by all means, use a template or have us build one for you. For this example, let's use the event registration form. Once you clicked on it, press continue, then it's going to take you inside of the form builder. And here we can edit the form any way that you want. For instance, if I click on the first name, I can not only edit the label, I can also change the placeholder, but I can also delete it from the list entirely. But for this scenario, let's keep the first name option because usually forms require first name, last name. However, we're going to scroll down to the bottom and we're going to go to get rid of the city by clicking the little X in the state. We're also going to get rid of the captcha here at the bottom by clicking that little X at the top right. And then we're left with an even simpler form, which only collects the first name, last name, and email and phone. So if we want to add more, we're going to click on this icon here in the top left and look at all these different options that you can add. We have normal options like the full name and date of birth, contact info options like phone and email. And then if you scroll down, we even have payment integrations to sell products or collect payments. We have location options like country, address, postal code. And then we scroll way down, we have customized options, which include anything like text, images, or even terms and conditions and signatures. But for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add custom fields. So go over to the top and click on custom field. And then we're going to click on the plus icon where it says add and check out all these different customized fields. Single line fields, this could be first name or last name. We have multi-line fields, which would be multiple lines of text. Now we have a text box list where you can add a list of things into your fields. And then down below, we have a number, the phone, and monetary. So number is obviously when you're adding a number, and then phone is when you're collecting a phone number from a customer. And then lastly, monetary is for when you're adding some type of monetary value, and you need to collect the customer's information based off monetary value that they put in. I'm actually going to use this one right here as an example, so click Next. The first thing we're going to do is add a field name. So let's put something in here like amount. All right, so I put amount, let's just put amount. All right, and then we can put a group, general info. We can put the object, which is going to be the contact. We can add a placeholder, which we can be investments. All right, and then once this information's all added, we can click on Save. Now that we've added the contact field, let's put it into the form. Under contact, we should see that example amount that I just created. Then just drag and drop that in there, and there it is. It shows the investment. And the reason I did this is because you can customize it in any way that you want. But for this scenario, let's say you have a customer that has come to your website and maybe they want to invest or they have to put in a certain amount of money down. Well, now you can easily collect that information right here. Now let's go back to the custom fields and click add again. Next on the list, we have the drop down single option, drop down multiple option. If you see the preview over here, we have the radio select option where you can select radio dials. And here's one of my favorites, the checkbox list. Now I really want to show you this one and what it looks like. So I'm going to click on next. We're going to add the checkbox name. We're going to add the group to contact. We're going to put the option 1 in here. And we're going to put option 2, 3, 4, so forth. Oops, forgot to. That's okay. We'll just drop it in there. Hit save. And where you can see the check name, or I could drop that in here. And there it is. It shows all the different options we just added. Obviously, we customize these to say actual words, not just option 1, 2, 3, 4, but now the customer can go onto the website, pick which option they want by just checking off the boxes. And like I said, the list goes on and on. You can customize and edit everything inside the forms and surveys. And one really cool thing about our software is if you already have a current website, we can actually integrate the form onto your website. As you can see over here in the far right-hand corner, we have an integrate button. It shows all the different possibilities that we can do with your current site. We can add a sticky sidebar, a polite slide in, a pop-up that shows a window pop-up, or we could even do an inline form. That's just a basic built-in form onto your website. Pretty simple. Now, of course, we have all the different customization options over here at the top right. If you come click on styles and options, we can change the font size, the color, and even the themes. Pretty much anything you could possibly want to change, we can do it. So I'm not going to waste everyone's time in this tutorial going over everything you could do inside of a form in a survey. Just let us know exactly what you want us to do and put in the form. What information are you trying to gather from your customers, and we'll set it up for you. And then next is the surveys. Now, surveys work pretty much the exact same way as the forms. At the top, you can see surveys. We could click add survey. We're going to do from template here. Once again, we have awesome survey templates to choose from. Let's try out this gym registration survey. Awesome. We got our first slide on the survey, and then we got slide number 2 right here. And then if we keep going down, you can see all the different slides. Now, like I said before, a survey is just like a form, except it's just going to be gathering even more information in a really organized way. And just like the form section, you can click on the plus icon at the top left, and you can drag and drop the fields that you want to add or delete. Doesn't get simpler than that. But once again, all you have to do is tell us exactly what you want in the survey, and we'll build it for you. And then you can start collecting all the information you need about your customers. And we can set up the automation that will send out automated text messages and emails, follow up with AI, and whatever it is that you want to do really to send out to these exact customers. This is extremely important in business and everyone needs to be doing it. So I really hope you got something from this. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next section. I hope you have a great rest of your day.